Can't touch this. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. Got time. Go with the flow. It is said if you can't do the list, you probably up there some way. Your hands in the air. Bust the news. Run your fingers through your hair. This is it. For a winner, dance to this, and you wanna get this up. Move, slide, jump up. Just for a minute, let's all do the bump. Yeah. Can't touch this. Ring the bell, school's back in. Break it down. Stop. Have time. Tonight, can't touch this. Yeah, we out of here. Can't touch this.
James Stewart goes for his 6th win in a row right now on CBS. Monster Energy AMA Supercross and FIM World Championship is in Southern California for the final time in 2009, Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego. Hi everybody, Ralph Shaheen alongside former Supercross Series champion Jeff Emig. Aaron Bates is here with us as well, covering the action down on the floor. We're getting ready to get this one underway from here in San Diego. And CBS Sports coverage of Monster Energy AMA Supercross is brought to you in high definition. Let's show you our Air Force starting grid as the first heat race of the night lining up in the gate. Scrolling across the top of the screen, you see the names of Michael Lessie on the number 800, Jeff, probably the best starter in the business.
There is no doubt about it. He knows how to get out of the gate. He's trying to put it together to get that first podium finish of the year. Millsap's here, 18 on the factory Honda. He's already had one.
Like we predicted, Michael Lessie on the 800, Rockstar Makita Suzuki gets an incredible start, and Millsaps comes right with him to the very next corner, and Millsaps takes the lead away.
And that's Michael Byrne, 26 on the Rockstar Makita Suzuki. It's his first race back from injury, so he's starting off here in San Diego just like he wanted.
He's in third, challenging for second alongside of his teammate. Behind them comes Ivan Tedesco on the number 9. Michael Byrne having a really good run as he gets around Alessi up into second place, and can they reel in that Red Bull Honda of Davey Millsaps? That's not Tedesco, that's Andrew Short on the 29, not the 9. That's actually in 4th place. There you see Andrew Short, very fast rider in practice earlier today.
Andrew Short was setting a blistering pace. Nobody could match James Stewart, but here goes Short to the inside.
Short getting real close. Part of our racing with Michael Lessie, and he takes the position away. That'll move Andrew Short up to 3rd.
Wow, and they really got close there. And Short, after that triple, knew that he had to come to the inside. Michael Lessie got a drive, but Short just slammed the door.
Remember, the top 9 transfer straight to the main event. You'll see those riders as it scrolls across our Yamaha scoring at the top of the screen, highlighted in green. The riders not in a transfer position straight to the main will be in blue.
Last lap around, Davey Millsap setting a 47.4. The track definitely is faster now than it was in qualifying practice earlier this afternoon.
Back to the front of the field we go with Davey Millsaps, who has gotten quicker and quicker each and every round of the last couple, Jeff. He really struggled at the beginning of the season, but boy, these last couple of weeks, he's had his season best finishes week after week.
He has definitely improved. But I'm telling you, for Michael Byrne there, just behind Millsaps, he's sitting in 2nd. This is his first race back, like I said, after a wrist injury, broken navicular, broken hand. So he's got to set at home and train and practice.
Millsaps is down. Millsaps is down. That puts Michael Byrne into the lead. Millsaps struggling to get up. The big rider on the team Honda, the factory bike, really struggling. What a shame. He had such a good start here tonight. looked like he was going to make his way to the win, and then all of a sudden, Jeff, down in this corner, and out goes Millsaps.
As we take a look at this replay here, Millsaps comes around the top part of the turn here, and the front wheel catches. There's a small edge right up in there, a small edge, and actually as he exits the turn, you know, as he applies the throttle, loses traction with the front wheel, and he really stopped hard when he hit the face of that jump. This is that same section, so now it's Michael Byrne, his first race back, leading his heat race.
And he's going to lose that position as Andrew Short comes up along inside, into the corner. Byrne doing everything he can to fend him off on the 26, but Short has the line and takes the lead away. So the factory Honda back in front of the factory Suzuki, but it's Andrew Short leading Byrne this time. Andrew Short, Jeff, has gotten so close to getting that first career win. Finished third in the points just a year ago.
I'm telling you, Andrew Short is on the gas here. He has been very confident all day. Red Bull Honda and Short really working good together. They progressed through the day, and it was the second qualifying practice where Short really came alive.
Short has been working so hard on his mental game this whole season. Said he had everything together that he needed physically. His training was right. His health was good. His speed was there on the bike. He just needed to improve his mental game, get more confidence in himself.
There's no better way to have confidence going into the main event for a Supercross than to win your heat race, to come through the pack, pass a bunch of the top riders, and then wheeling away. Short's on his way to doing that right now. So focused.
Look at the focus and concentration as he works his way through those whoops. If he can hang on for 2 more laps, Jeff, this will be his first heat race victory in the 2009 season. And like you said, what a great way to get a mental boost going into the main event.
And he is riding flawless tonight, Ralph. I mean, he is downsiding the jumps, those rhythm sections, with perfection. I mean, putting the tire within a few inches of where he wants to on each downside. Just absolutely perfect.
Why is that so important, Jeff?
Well, you come up a little short, it stalls you out. If you go a little long, you land a little bit hard.
And you see Michael Byrne still holding on to second. He's got to be so excited with that finish if he can hang on for 2 more laps. Here's Michael Alessi, his teammate who had the whole shot, running in third. Team manager Roger DeCosta would have to be very pleased with that, with the second and the third. Here's Ivan Tedesco. He's moved himself up to fourth. Kevin Windham on the Geico Power Sports Honda. He's running along in fifth, and Troy Adams chasing him in sixth on number 59.
Great ride for Troy Adams here, all but assuring himself a place in the main event here if he could just hold on for 1 more lap.
Adams riding for the Hardin-Huntington team. Andrew Short working his way closer to his first heat race win of the year.
And this is a real statement for Short. He is here. He is ready to do battle here tonight. So could this be the night for his main event win?
Jeff, is it a bigger statement for him as he comes with a checkered flag? Andrew Short wins his first heat race of the 2009 season. Good look at the enthusiastic crowd here in San Diego's Qualcomm Stadium. Having a great time. Let's show you our Honda Heat 1 results. Andrew Short taking the win, followed by Michael Byrne and his teammate Mike Alessi. Josh Hill didn't transfer out, Nick Way did. Hill goes to last chance qualifier. We go to Aaron Bates.
Andrew Short celebrates his first heat race win of the season. Last weekend, he found himself in the LCQ. Andrew, how big of a drive was that for you this weekend not to put yourself in that same position?
It's pretty big. Last weekend, I was really nervous being in the LCQ, but thank the Lord, you know, I got this win, and it feels really good. There's a lot of heavy hitters in the next one, but got to give a big shout out to Honda Red Bull Racing, Fly, Western Power Sports. They're doing a great job for me, and see how this main goes tonight.
Congratulations on your heat race win.
On the road again, going places that I've never been, seeing things that I may never see again. I can't wait to get on the road again.
Here's a look at at our Toyota moving forward schedule and some of the great races coming up. The Georgia Dome in Atlanta is our next stop. Then it's on to Indianapolis and the big speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida. If you'd like to join us in person, check out www.supercrossonline.com. Get your tickets and come on out to the races. We're coming right back to San Diego. We'll have more heat racing when we return to Southern California. Well, the heat racing has gotten the crowd here at Qualcomm Stadium up on their feet, and for good reason. Been some pretty exciting action. Let's take you now to the highlights of heat number 2. Here's our Thor highlights. And Jeff, this one was really exciting because we got to see the 2 title combatants, Chad Reed on the number 1 and James Stewart on the number 7 in the same heat race. It's been a while since we've seen them together in a heat race. As a gate dropped, neither one of them got the whole shot. Instead, it was Ryan Villapoto on the number 2 Kawasaki who got the early lead, but it didn't last long as Stewart quickly got around him.
Stewart was on rails. He checked out. Then the battle was on between Chad Reed and Ryan Villapoto, and you see Josh Grant just behind them, who is absolutely flying, goes for this move on the last lap and lays it over.
Went for the move, couldn't get it done. He goes down. He would get back up and get a transfer spot to the main, but it's James Stewart taking another heat race win. As you see here in our Toyota results page, Stewart, Reed, Villapoto, and Grant, who got back up, all go on to the main event. Paul Carpenter in 10th, the last rider not to make the transfer spot. He goes to the LCQ. Here's Aaron.
Some aggressive riding right out of the gate. James, what would it mean to you tonight to leave here at San Diego tied for the points lead before we head east?
I mean, it mean a lot, but that was the main event. You know, we should go home now. That was the main event, but yeah, I got my Samuel Yamaha out there. You know, it's riding pretty good today. I feel really good, and it'll feel good, but you know, we got a lot of time, and we'll see what happens.
Congratulations on a hard charge.
Let's take you now to the highlights of the last chance qualifier. Bit of a surprise to see some riders like Davey Millsaps in this one, and as the gate dropped, Millsaps jumped right to the lead on his factory Honda, number 18, and started to check out. The battle was behind him between the 141 of Steve Boniface, the 100 of Josh Hansen. They've had their scuffles off the track, on the track here in the LCQ. Millsaps takes the win, and Boniface takes the best of his rival Hansen as only the top 2 transfer on to the main event. And one of the biggest surprise, Josh Hill, the factory Yamaha rider, not making it to the main event. CBS Sports coverage of Monster Energy AMA Supercross will continue after these messages and a word from your local station. Inside Qualcomm Stadium, James Stewart and Chad Reed battling it out for the 2009 Monster Energy AMA Supercross Championship. James Stewart has certainly been the fastest man on the planet in recent years. You can see the stats, 30 career Supercross wins. 100% of the time that he's not crashed, he's ended up as a race winner. And our Jeff Emmings spoke with him earlier today.
Coming into San Diego, James Stewart is on a 5-race win streak. So I thought we'd take a moment and go catch up with the former champion.
Oh, and it's James Stewart who makes the first statement as he gets the whole shot. Here comes Reed up the inside, and we've got a change for the lead. Reed knows he's got a battle on his hands.
Just incredible. Oh, he's down!
They're both down! They got together, they're both down! And Stewart is down hard! Here comes Wyndham! Reed is underway! Wyndham goes down! Wyndham gets into Stewart!
Just like Anaheim, you know, when I got hurt and all that, when I crashed and all that, by the time I walked out of that tunnel, I was over it. You know,
At first, you weren't too happy.
I wasn't happy.
When Aaron Bates stuck to Mike.
Oh, yeah. You know, I tell her all the time, you know, we almost fought.
James, can you tell us what happened out there?
I crashed.
We know that Chad.
Like I said, by the time I got to that tunnel, I was already looking forward to, all right, what do we need to work on for next week, and been over. And I think that's the difference. I don't sleep with it in my bed at night. I know how to just, block it out and sleep and have fun in my life.
Anaheim 1 did not go as you wanted it. You were down on your championship rival, Chad Reed. What sort of pressure was involved going into Phoenix?
After A1, I mean, to be honest, I was kind of soul searching. It's kind of like, all right, what happened? What happened between last week when I felt awesome, to come into the race and then feeling so good. And I think, that's where you got to rely on your team to go back and those guys to do work and stuff like that. And, we did it and came to Phoenix and won the race, but it wasn't pretty. After Phoenix, I wasn't that happy because I still knew for him to finish behind me like that has given him confidence. And the biggest thing I felt is after he rode at A1, if he would have beat me at Phoenix, the series probably would have been a little bit different.
The finish line is waiting, and James Stewart is going to win his third in a row here at Phoenix, and Chad Reed will hang on for second.
Fast forward to now, San Diego. You have 5 race wins in a row. It seems like a completely different series. You seem like a different rider. You're smiling more. Obviously, 5 wins in a row will do that. But, do you feel like you're there right now, even though you're 3 points down? Are you comfortable, or is there still a sense of urgency that you need to get that points lead right away?
There's no sense of urgency from my part because, I crawled back into it. I passed Josh in the points and I'm 3 points back. And, I didn't think I would be this close, coming, being even close to getting out of California, having a chance to be the series points leader. And if everything ended after tomorrow night, if everything's done, I'll be the champion. There's a long ways to go, and I know that. And I think, if I could win it by 1 point, I'll be stoked.
Any pressure growing up as an African American in a predominantly white sport?
No, there's no pressure on me. You want to know what's pressure? How about coming to the stadium every week and knowing everybody's trying to beat you? Every time if you're sick or you have an off night, everybody's looking at you. You're supposed to win. That's pressure. Like Tiger Woods when he shows up on the golf course. No matter how he's feeling, he's supposed to win. That's pressure. Being the first African American, that's something I look forward to. That's a blessing. That's cool. That's something I can take to my grave and be the first. But pressure is knowing that the 19 guys are surrounding you are trying to beat you. Even a defending champion, he wants to beat you. That's pressure. But so far, 5 races in a row, and I deal with that pretty good.
James Stewart has won a lot of races, and Jeffy gives a lot of that credit to his program. How solid is that program of putting him in this position?
Well, James Stewart has a passion for winning. He's not afraid to do the work. He is very determined, but one thing that is so special is his ability to focus on the job at hand. Once he is locked in, he can go on the win streak. We've seen him do it before, 5 in a row, going for 6 tonight. He is ready to go again here in San Diego.
Now, main event is coming up from here in San Diego. James Stewart, Chad Reed, Qualcomm Stadium. The main event when we return. It's all part of the pit party that takes place at each and every one of the Monster Energy AMA Supercrosses, an FIM World Championship. And you see Chad Reed, the reigning champ, with the #1 on his plate. Right next to him, James Stewart. Man, is he the guy to beat here for sure tonight. 20 riders for 20 laps. As you take a look at our MMI race reset, that's what the main will be. Andrew Short, a heat winner. So was James Stewart. Chad Reed, however, the defending San Diego winner. He's going to need a little bit of that momentum here tonight, Aaron, if he wants to win this main.
Ryan Villapoto failed to qualify for the main event last weekend for the first time in his professional racing career. When he crashed in his heat race, he ended up breaking the inside of his helmet, the visor, and also his neck brace in 2 places. Even though he wasn't injured badly, he said his ego definitely was stunned. Mike Fisher, when I spoke with him, the team manager of Monster Energy Kawasaki, he said they're 100% behind Ryan. He's a rookie. They do expect these mistakes to happen. He said as long as he learns from them here in San Diego.
Jeff, a much different racetrack tonight than what we saw a week ago in Anaheim.
Well, for one thing, it's dry, and but with the track is shaped up really well here tonight. There's a lot of short straights, a lot of zigging and zagging back and forth, but you know, I always say that first turn is critical. Now we have a nice, open, sweeping first turn here, so I think everybody's going to get through safe.
Well, this championship fight is going to go all the way to Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's where the season wraps up the first weekend in May, but it could take a serious twist in the point story here tonight. As you take a look at our Monster Energy starting grid, James Stewart, Chad Reed, the 2 top guys fighting it out in the championship. But Andrew Short, Jeff, won that heat race earlier tonight. He could get in there and mix things up.
Well, there's no doubt that Andrew Short is focused here tonight. We've seen Josh Grant put on an incredible charge. He is fast here tonight, so it's going to be up to the start. But James Stewart, he is the man to beat. He is on fire.
And remember, nobody outside of Grant or Stewart has won a main event tonight, which also means everybody who has won this year has won on a Yamaha. Here we go. Start of the main. Michael Lessie gets the whole shot of the 800. Stewart is right there with him, and here comes Reed from third. Stewart waits no time and puts the number 7 solidly into the lead. Reed comes challenging back from the inside. Can he get around to Lessie before the next corner? He's got him. So now Reed goes after Stewart.
This is what we've been waiting for all season since that crash at Anaheim 1 that set Stewart back in the points, is to have Chad Reed and James Stewart 1-2 at the beginning of the main. This is it. Chad Reed has definitely been off the pace. Let's see if this start, which has been the best that he's had since the opening round, can motivate him to challenge James and to push James Stewart.
Brock Hepler on the number 60. His first race back after a season of injury finds himself sitting in third. Great news for the Yamaha rider. Now Reed getting his momentum going, trying to find the rhythm he so desperately needs. He told me earlier today, Jeff, he says, I know where the weakness is in James Stewart. I just have not been able to get close enough to him to pressure him into making the mistake with that weakness. I said, what is that weakness? Can't tell you.
Last time around, Stewart was 1.6 seconds up. This time around, Stewart is 2.2 seconds ahead. So Stewart, 46.1, Reed a 46.7. So he's about a half a second a lap faster. Chad Reed cannot waste any time. He has to close that gap. If he does that, that will apply the pressure to James Stewart. That is what Chad Reed has to do. Chad Reed has to do is to try to pressure Stewart into a mistake.
The only time this year we've really seen these two ride bar to bar and really challenge each other was at Anaheim 1 before the big crash that the two had that took Stewart out of the race. The only time he didn't win a race this year, where he ended up finishing 19th at Anaheim. Hepler still holding on barely to the lead as he bobbles coming out of that corner, and here comes Andrew Short on the number 29 Honda. He gets around the 800 of Alessi. That puts him to fourth. Now he goes after Hepler, makes contact, down goes Hepler. Short goes into third, and Hepler, who is having a great ride in his return to the series, now finds himself face down in the dirt. Andrew Short, a heat race win earlier tonight, his first of the year. Feeling that momentum, and he finds himself in a podium position here. 4 laps completed. Stewart 2.5 seconds out in front of Reed. Alessi, there you see him on the 800. He's in 5th. Kevin Windham on the number 14 Honda rides along in 5th position. Behind him, Ryan Villapoto. Aaron talked about him not making the main event just a week ago. The first time in his entire professional career where he did not transfer to the main. And all of a sudden, Villapoto is 6th here tonight. James Stewart continues to lead Jeff, but he's having issues as well.
Watch this section. James Stewart triples onto the tabletop. Off, off. That is so fast. 2 riders did that in practice. Josh Grant, James Stewart. Nobody has done it since then. Stewart saved it for the main event. Waited till now. This is the section right here. Comes across. Triples on. That is absolutely flying. Stewart now about a second faster than Reed, so that section's worth about a half a second a lap. It's going to be real tough for Chad Reed to catch up as he's 4.3 seconds behind Stewart now.
Kevin Windham is catching up to Mike Alessi. There you see Alessi in yellow on the Suzuki. Windham on the Honda. Finished second in the points just a year ago to Chad Reed. Came into the season as a title contender, preseason favorite. Finds himself fighting over 4th here tonight. The season has not gone the way that Kevin Windham would have liked.
No, and we haven't talked about Kevin Windham much all day, but as a veteran does, when it comes time for the main event, Kevin Windham is definitely around here. He's right in the mix for this podium spot.
Ryan Villapoto on that number 2 Monster Energy Kawasaki. He's got Davey Millsaps closing in from behind on him. Millsaps won the last chance qualifier. Looked like he was going to maybe win his heat race. Instead, crashed, had to go to the LCQ, and is working his way up into a good finish here in the main event. And look at Villapoto trying to get inside of Windham. Windham puts that rear tire up in his path and blocks any attempt.
And what an interesting battle. This is a rookie versus our oldest veteran. It was in the mid-90s when Windham first started racing Supercross. Just an incredible battle here between these 2 riders and such a huge gap in age.
Kevin Windham, arguably one of the most naturally gifted riders out there. Very nice riding style, one of the prettiest to watch. The way he rides that big Honda, but Villapoto a little quicker here tonight as he gets him in that corner, and then Windham using the veteran skills to get back to the inside. Can't get it done. Switches to the outside.
Wow, such close racing here in San Diego. Villapoto really trying to hold a tight line, and Windham had the opportunity to really push it in there, but...
And now Windham has to deal with Millsaps as Davey starts to close in. Millsaps looking to the outside. These 2 Honda riders trying to settle the fight for this position. This is a position down for 6th. Millsaps trying to set himself up to the inside, right alongside of Windham. They come side by side out of that corner, through the rhythm section, and Millsaps, the rider out of Georgia, now finds himself in 6th.
And what has happened with Millsaps here in the last 2 weeks, he really has got a fire lit, and he's doing something with it. Beginning of the season, he was really having a tough time even breaking inside the top 10. Now, he's putting on a great ride, well inside the top 10 and working his way forward.
Here's James Stewart, a pretty flawless ride tonight here in San Diego as he's going for his 6th straight win. It'll be the 7th straight victory for Yamaha this season.
Well, and the interesting thing about that is if they finish up like they are now, it will put him in a dead tie with Chad Reed, but James would be the virtual points leader by the fact that he's won more main events. Well, he's won a main event and Chad hasn't.
What does this do to Chad Reed and James Stewart mentally as far as this championship is concerned, Jeff, as we reach the halfway point? If it ends up finishing this way, headed to Atlanta next week.
Well, James Stewart definitely has the confidence. Look, he's tripling onto that tabletop, scooting off the next one. That's just incredible technique there. But for Chad Reed, that's really going to be that's going to kill his confidence because here he had the opportunity.
James Stewart working his way through traffic. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back to San Diego. Welcome back to Monster Energy AMA Supercross from Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego, California. Ralph Shaheen, Jeff Emig, and Aaron Bates with you. Battle on the racetrack that we're watching right now is for 5th position.
And that's Millsap's 18 on the red bike, the Honda. He just took 5th position from Michael Lessie, who had that great hole shot and is now held on for 6th. Millsap's working his way up. Just a great ride here tonight. He's been on fire. Remember, he had that really nasty crash in the heat race through this section that he just went through while he was leading. Had to come back through that LCQ. So to be inside the top 5 on such a rough night, Millsap's doing a great job.
Through the rhythm section here, and Millsap's just looking stronger and stronger as this night progresses. You got to wonder, Jeff, if he hadn't crashed in that heat race, he would have gotten a better gate pick. Might have helped him with his start. Might have been different.
Possibly, yes.
Let's go back and take a look at a progressive hole shot replay.
And this is one of the most intense moments in Supercross, where you got 20 of the best riders in the world wanting that hole shot. And it's a Lessie who just manages to squeak around. Grab the progressive hole shot. Ferry's back. Grant was back. Stewart with a little mistake here. That was a lapped rider that got in his way. That's Heath Voss, number 13 on the Honda. There he gets the blue flag. Oh, and Voss is off the side of the track. Wow.
Fortunately for Stewart, you know, Jeff, that's the kind of thing when it's your season, everything goes right in your championship quest. Even when guys are crashing in front of you, you're able to avoid it without a whole lot of trouble. You see the sign, +9. It is a healthy +9, almost +10. The gap between Stewart and Reed, 9.8 seconds right now between the two champions.
Well, and this could change as it gets a little bit tougher for Stewart to get through the lapped riders, but all these riders have a tremendous amount of respect for them. As we take a look at number 26, Michael Byrne and Brock Hepler, 60 there on the Yamaha. Both riders, their first races back from injury, and both riders inside the top 10. Byrne's 9th, or Byrne's 8th, Hepler's 9th. So great rides for both these to come back out here after being off the track for so long. And what's so difficult, Ralph, is that as all the other Supercross riders have been out there getting that race pace down, learning the tracks, getting the flow, these guys have only had their practice and test tracks to get ready.
Well, the big part of that too, Jeff, is the fact that they've worked through the adrenaline. We saw Michael Byrne in his heat race ran exceptionally well. You can see a lot of that was that adrenaline early on. Now the whole night, the whole progression of the day starts to settle into your body.
Well, and it's interesting, with 6 laps to go, just after the heat race, I got a text from Michael Byrne. He says, I think I got about 15 laps in me. So we'll see where he's at right now, if he can hold on for these last 5.
Well, he's going to lose a position to Hepler here. Brock gets to the inside, and the number 60, Byrne tries to get back inside on him and can't hold him off. So move Hepler up to 8th, and Byrne slips back to 9th.
Well, and in this position, both these riders, they've had a great ride here tonight. They want to make sure that even if their stamina for the end of this race is not quite what they want it to be, they need to finish the full 20 laps. They need to build on these great rides that they've had here tonight. Each and every week, you just want to try to get better. So, see Michael Byrne coming across the line at 9th that time around.
5 laps remaining here in San Diego. Long way to go yet in this championship fight, even with James Stewart making, oh, and down goes Hepler, and so the position goes right back to Michael Byrne. He'll take 8th place back away from Hepler as Hepler loses it in the corner, and there goes the race leader by.
Well, and this really has been the MO for Brock Hepler since he became a professional. He shows a tremendous amount of speed, but he does have a tendency to hit the ground. That's why he suffered numerous injuries as a professional. Like we said, he's just coming off of an injury right now.
Let's see what happens to him, Jeff.
Triples in there just a little bit too far. Oh. There's 3 jumps at the end, and that is some extremely hard ground here.
Aaron?
Well, guys, I've got Brock Hepler right here, back from an injury, and once again injured. Brock, what's going on?
I don't know. I think I got a wrist or an arm. It's hurting pretty good.
Making your way up to the medic unit?
Yeah, I'm going to head up to check it out.
Tough season once again for Brock Hepler.
Oh, you hate to see that, Jeff. Such a nice guy, Brock Kepler. He's trying so hard, just can't fight off that injury bug. Meanwhile, James Stewart, no problems for the number 7 as he's not only taking an assault now on the rest of the field, but Jeff, the next attack for James Stewart is the record book as he just starts racking up the wins and moving up the all-time win list.
Well, he's got a long ways to go to catch that 72 that McGrath has, but, you know, he's definitely on pace here. It looks very comfortable on his en route to 6 in a row, possibly, if he grabs this checkered flag, and that's what you have to do if you want to get anywhere near that, is to dominate the season. Not just be champion, not just win 5 or 8 races, but dominate and win 10, 12, even 15 races a year.
With 2 laps left here in San Diego, if they stay running 1 and 2, well, James Stewart will tie Chad Reed for the points, but as Jeff pointed out, since Stewart has won at least 1 race, this will be win number 6. The actual, if the season was to end today, championship would go to Stewart based on the amount of race wins.
Well, and what's interesting is that both James Stewart and Chad Reed really, it was Jeremy McGrath that they admired so much when they were growing up. Both riders have characteristics that McGrath had during his racing career. Both riders a tremendous amount of skill and technique and speed when it comes to Supercross.
There you see Ryan Villapoto on that green Kawasaki. Just in front of him is Andrew Short on the red Honda. Those 2 riders trying to settle 3rd place in the final podium spot. And, you know, Aaron pointed out the big crash that Villapoto had a week ago at Anaheim 3. Villapoto only rode this past Thursday, Jeff. Normally these guys ride every day of the week in between races. Villapoto was really suffering. His body hurt from that last crash. It took him all the way till Thursday before he felt good enough to ride. And here is James Stewart working his way to the checkered flag. He's going to take it. 6 wins in a row for James Stewart as he claims the checkered flag in San Diego. Chad Reed will take 2nd, and look at the battle to the line for 3rd, and it's just going to go to Andrew Short, just in front of Ryan Villapoto. But the man of the night is James Stewart. He'll tie for the points lead, but he makes a huge statement by taking victory number 6 in a dominating fashion.
Well, there's no doubt about that. James Stewart rode this day 100% on his time. He executed the plan for the day 100%. Samuel Yamaha and the team, all the guys at L&M Racing, great job. This is how you win championships.
James Stewart picks up the big win. They lined up side by side. They came in battling for the points lead. And when it was all said and done here tonight in San Diego, Stewart takes his 6th win and ties the championship points lead up as the series leaves California and heads east next week to Atlanta. We'll be back to talk to James Stewart right after this. Back inside Qualcomm Stadium, and that is the $1 million smile of James Stewart. The 6 fingers for the 6 victories so far this year is number 7 atop the Monster Energy scoreboard once again. Short with a great run to 3rd. Villapoto finishes in 4th, and Millsaps comes back for a top 5 finish. Jeff, one of the most surprising things tonight, Josh Grant with a big crash. First time this season he doesn't finish in the top 5.
Yeah, and we certainly hope that he's all right, because Grant there, you can see 20th position. He took a really hard fall.
Let's go down to Aaron.
The momentum was in Andrew Short's court as soon as he took that heat race win this evening. But Andrew, you didn't even realize the fact that you had Ryan Villapoto keeping you some company.
Oh yeah, I knew he was close, but man, it was an awesome night for me and Red Bull Honda. It's a great feeling. I give the glory to God, and yeah, like you said, it couldn't have gotten any better, and Villapoto was really close, and that last corner surprised me, but that's racing, and I made a few passes that were a little questionable that I kind of regret, but that's racing, and this track was tough tonight.
Congratulations on making up to the podium for the 2nd time this season.
Las Vegas, Nevada. That's where we'll be. Sam Boyd Stadium to wrap up the championship, which is tied right now as the series heads on to the Georgia Dome in Atlanta next weekend. But that's going to be a great season ender the first weekend in May in Las Vegas. Aaron, I know you'll be there.
Chad Reed had the best start he's had yet this season. Chad, still not quite enough. What is it going to take to stop James Stewart's win streak?
Oh, I just got to ride good, you know. It's James is riding awesome, and you just can't have off days and struggle with some little things. And what can we do? We're leaving California with tied on points, and I'll take that. I want to thank all the guys for being extremely patient with me today, and guys at Rockstar, Makita Suzuki, Thor, Parts Unlimited, guys at A-Stars, Scott, man, everyone, Bridgestone. It was San Diego. They pulled through again. I mean, I love this place, and for the first time I struggled, so can't complain too much.
Chad Reed, he's still a warrior.
Let's show you our Toyota moving forward replay. Right here in this opening couple of corners, Jeff, made all the difference as Stewart comes blasting past up over that Dragon's back. Gets around Alessi, and that's the last anybody saw of him.
Yeah, he wastes no time, so aggressive over the Dragon's back, and then just executed his laps to perfection.
Right back to Aaron.
James Stewart is unstoppable, 6 consecutive wins. James, you're on a roll. You're tied for the points right now, and we're headed east. What does this mean to you?
I mean, it means a lot. You know, after starting off A1, you know, 23 points down, I mean, come out of California and be tied for the points lead, I mean, can't say no much. And, you know, my Samuel Yamaha, I got to give it up to the guys. I mean, I felt awesome the last few weeks, and those guys have been busting their tail. So I just got to get up to them. You know, Oakley Goggles, Red Bull, Answer Gear, Nike, Alpine Stars, everybody. And, you know, I really thank everybody, so thank you.
Every weekend you're looking more and more comfortable. What is it that's making you excel even more?
It's my gear. My whole outfit, my bike, everything looks good. So, you know, it's time to go fast.
James Stewart, all smiles, and rightfully so.
Everything looks good when you're on the top step of the podium, Jeff.
It sure does.
He could be in pink polka dots, and it would be the best-looking gear out there, wouldn't it?
Well, he has before.
For Jeff Emig and Aaron Bates, I'm Ralph Shaheen. So long from San Diego, where James Stewart is your winner.